A 2024 study on occupational noise exposure in the U.S. found a relationship between high noise exposure and increased rates of fatal and non-fatal workplace injuries. When workers can't hear warnings, alarms, or communicate with each other, safety breaks down. If you're an employer, controlling noise means protecting your people and keeping your operation running smoothly. Let's break down exactly how to do that. OSHA's standard for occupational noise exposure requires employers to implement feasible controls when noise levels exceed 90 decibels over an 8-hour shift. But action doesn't start at 90 decibels. At 85 decibels, employers must begin monitoring noise levels, start a hearing conservation program, and provide hearing protection. The law is clear. If you can reduce noise, you must, and that starts with proper assessment. The first step in controlling noise hazards is to identify them. To do this, you'll need to measure peak noise levels throughout the workplace. This allows you to pinpoint areas where noise may be dangerously high. Next, you should monitor daily exposure over time to get an accurate picture of how long employees are actually spending in these areas. The danger is that constant noise can start to feel normal, but it's actually quietly wearing down hearing in the background. Finally, it's important to identify the specific equipment, tools, or processes that generate the loudest sounds. These are the areas that should be addressed first in your noise control strategy. Then, create a noise map of your facility so you know exactly where your risks are. Now that you've identified the noise hazards, it's time to tackle them with engineering controls. These are physical changes made to equipment or the work environment that help eliminate or reduce noise at the source. One of the most effective ways to reduce workplace noise is through quieter equipment upgrades. Modern machines are often designed with built-in noise control features, making them significantly quieter than older models, especially in high-use areas like production lines or workshops. Next, consider vibration isolation mounts. These are rubber pads or spring dampers that are placed under heavy equipment to absorb vibrations, reducing noise that would otherwise travel through floors and walls. Another powerful solution is acoustic enclosures. Surrounding loud machinery like air compressors or generators with sound-insulated panels can reduce noise dramatically without interfering with access or airflow. In addition, installing mufflers or silencers on pneumatic tools, exhausts, or air vents can minimize sharp, high-decibel sounds. This is especially useful in shops where compressed air or ventilation noise is constant. Finally, using noise-dampening surfaces like acoustic panels, foam tiles, or sound-absorbing barriers helps control echo and background noise. Adding these materials to ceilings, walls, and workstations can make a big difference in overall sound levels. These solutions require upfront investment but pay off long-term with safer, more productive operations. If you can't fully eliminate noise through engineering controls, the next approach is to use administrative controls. These are changes to work processes that help limit workers' exposure to loud environments. One effective strategy is rotating workers between noisy and quieter areas. By doing this, you reduce the amount of time any individual is exposed to high noise levels. Scheduling loud tasks during times when fewer employees are present can also help minimize the number of people affected. Additionally, enforcing time limits in high-noise zones ensures that workers aren't exposed for too long. Clear signage marking hazardous noise areas is essential for guiding workers on where hearing protection is mandatory. This can include hearing protection required signs near the most dangerous zones. Creating designated quiet spaces for breaks can also help employees recover and reduce fatigue from constant noise exposure. These administrative controls don't reduce the noise itself, but they do reduce the duration of exposure, which significantly lowers the risk to your team. So what steps are you taking to reduce workplace noise? Drop a comment below to share your strategy. And if this video helped you build a better noise control plan, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more safety-focused content.